What an amazing day. What an awesome last night, today, tomorrow, DE, and it's amazing. No matter where we are doing DE, it always works. It always works. It's cool talking to some people like going to San Francisco DE, Boston DEs, Florida DEs, Sarasota, so many different ones. They all rocked. There's so many memories, and each one I grew. I grew, and I grew, and I grew, and here I am. It's a dream. It's a dream. And I am a product of me because of DE. Because I was able to come here as a teenager thanks to my brother, Dr. Paul Roses. He has been a rock in my life and has influenced so many people to chiropractic. It's an amazing ability to be that type of an attractive individual that what you say people believe and they want for their own lives. It's a true blessing. And I was coming here as a teenager, and I was probably a snotty kid, and I, like to do the things that, well, I still do, that were unconventional and break the rules and, just don't get caught. But in my heart, I had integrity, I knew character, and I learned those things from being here. And when the line gets drawn in the sand, you know that you create that line and you don't cross that line because you live for you. You live for the truths that you develop, that you want to be. You want to be that person when you're called, that you stand up, that you're not quiet, that you're not shy for your purpose in life. I get nervous up here. I get nervous to get up here, but when I get up here, you could tell I'm having a really good time. And I love it. It's like the craziest adrenaline rush that it's like your soul's going to talk to you and it's going to kick your butt. And as a speaker, you get so much out of it, and being prepared to be here, you're always focused. Your focus is so sharp, it's like you just want to get in state all the time and have the move, right? And just stick with that and get your moves so sharp that your focus is so clear. And when that clarity just comes together, it's like you're just living the purpose. So if you're up here and you're going to talk, you shouldn't be afraid to speak your purpose, right? Because that's really what this is. And if you can't speak your purpose, then you're not ready. But when you're on purpose, you're always ready. You're always ready. So, and God uses you, which is the craziest, coolest thing, to be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready. Right? God's going to use me. He knows what I'm capable of. He knows everything that's going to happen. He knows it all. It was said. He says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Before this world's got a hold of you. Right? Before life set in. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. So before life happened to you, which is the perception that we all think, but really it's happening for us, right? That's the end. That's the end. But we don't see the end because we're in the grit. But that stuff, that pain, the loneliness, the shame, the stuff that you live with, before we knew that you wouldn't be able to have kids, before you knew that you weren't going to, be the rock star, that you were in this state of hard life, right? He knew you. He knew that this would happen before the mistakes, before the failures, before the addiction, before the dumb shit you did. All that was known. And it's all there for us to just come back to Him, to know who we really are, because that's part of the whole journey, is to have this. But it's up to us to say, I know who he thinks I am. And that's the me that I am. That's the me that I want to be. And that's the person that you rise up to. Because he knew you. He knew everything. And when you go through life and things start to happen and coincidences start to happen and all these amazing opportunities start to click, it's your path that you're walking on, and it's the right path. Because the right path should be easy. That's when you're on purpose. And we don't always get those moments that we're on that path of shining. But when they're there, how do you feel? You feel excited. I feel excited. God uses us. He uses us. Today I was hanging out outside where the fire is. It's very nice out there. We should all go there later. And I'm out there, and there's phone call comes. Hi, I'm with one of my patients called to tell me that she's with someone that is a celebrity. Not that that actually matters, but that this person needs a chiropractor, and where am I? Do I want to come and adjust her? And I said, I'm not going to do that, but I have a couple of people I'll call. So within like 5 minutes, that person has a chiropractor coming to the hotel and adjusting them, right? And then I turn around, and I come back after I'm like fixing the cushions and making everything nice. It's very nice out there, trust me. So I come back to my spot where I was sitting, and there's a guy there. Is he here? Are you here? Yes. Russ. So Russ is sitting there, and he's looking at his phone, and I come back to where I am, and he's got a lumbar x-ray up. So I come behind him, and now I'm thinking everyone's a chiropractor at this hotel, right? So I go up behind Russ, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. Is that your L5 that's off to the left? And they're all numbered, and he's just looking at it, and he's like, well, look at that spur up there. I was like, yeah, that's a big spur. And then he's like, yeah, my chiropractor said that it's too fused, that I probably can't get adjusted there. I said, that's not fused, that's a spur. That's digging on a nerve. I said, hold on a second. That's your x-ray, right? He says, yeah. I said, you're not a chiropractor? He's like, no. So he's just like a patient, just like a regular guy staring at his x-ray on the phone, right? Didn't really put all that together until after we were talking about his x-rays and his listings, and now, well, how is your chiropractor adjusting you? And he's dissatisfied, and he's still in pain, and blah, 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 and it turns out that he's getting left side, right side, and then he's putting the thing around his neck, and he's cranking that, and the man is having dizziness now, right? So now we're going to lay back on the yankin, apparently, and we're going to adjust him less, and it might have something to do with the 12 visits that his insurance have paid for, maybe. Not sure about that one, but we're deciding to adjust him less. And I'm thinking, well, talk to the chiropractor. Like, I'm thinking that chiropractor is here. So I'm being pretty careful about how I'm, giving him some talk, because I don't want to insult his chiropractor, and they have probably a very amazing relationship, I'm thinking. So then I'm like, so we'll just change it, just have him change your technique. He's like, I don't really know how to say that. I'm like, okay, we'll just gave him a couple pointers. Finds out that his wife is, and so his chiropractor's not here, right? So I'm like, so why are you here? His wife is a chiropractic CA, okay? So they're both in this room tonight because I said you need to come and learn what chiropractic is. Okay, where you are is fantastic. I am sure. He helps a lot of people like we talked about. But your husband was meant to be here, and so are you. The two of them live in Ohio, in East Palestine. And there's chemical that have been dumped where they live, and they're actually being poisoned, and they're forced to live in the space that they're in. They have a 40-acre beautiful property with horses and everything else. It's paid for. They don't want to move, but they're drinking and bathing in water that's highly contaminated. And I don't know who sent them here. Maybe it was the CDC. I don't not, no, it wasn't. It was some other official that made them come to Atlanta so that they can get scans for their health so that they can be monitored until they have major disease happening. You're subluxated, you're chemically subluxated. And that is why I pulled them from the back and brought them over here, and I adjusted the two of them. And their power is on, they're in this room, they're understanding what pure principle chiropractic is, and they're gonna be more free in their bodies, in their minds, and they got a fight to have. Right? They have a fight to have. Their health is worth everything. And the only way is you're going to get healthy is by making sure your nervous system is turned on. Because the power that made you is the power that can heal you. And that happens here. The way I presented to that man, I would never be able to do if I was not a DE chiropractor. Do you understand? There should be no fear. You should see a person in need and have no fear to speak to them. You should have no fear to help them because your purpose is to help them. You need to get out of the mindset of being stuck, about comparing yourself to others and worrying about what other people think. Because when you're on purpose, there's no walls that are going to close on you. There's no doors that are going to shut. The locks are open because no one will stop you. And how dare you let them stop you? Because when a mind is made up, it's done. That's it. You make the mind up and it's done. My kids, they want to get around everything. I say no, and they're like, why? But why? But why? But my mind's made up. Like, you're not going to that party. It's done. Like, try as hard as you want. I don't care. It's done. Like, the made-up mind is a made-up mind. And when you have that confidence and that authority, then you can go up to anybody. And you know that God and the truth is on your side. And the truth is what will set you free. The truth is what needs to be told to this entire planet. Because they're sick and dying, and they have no answers. And we're weak. We're weak. We need to be stronger. We need to say more. We need to not just let this entire profession crumble down because somebody else has changed the rules. No, that doesn't work like that. We claim what we have. This is our right. This is our profession. And if it wasn't for Dr. Sid to bring it to the world through the ICA, across the globe, internationally, then we wouldn't have it as big as we do. It is because that he had a mission and he was not going to back down. And my birthday is March 18th, the same as his. So I feel like I have every right to step into that authority, to that omnipotence, where there is just persistency, is omnipotent, and is not going to quit. And it ain't going to quit on my watch. And it's not going to quit with anyone here because we are the real, beautiful leaders of what this profession is all about. And it's from the inside. It's from the inside. It happens with these two hands and your mouth. It happens because you open your mouth and you take your hands and you put them on people without fear, without anyone else telling you anything. Because you can listen, oh, well, I'm sending this person in there and have all this stuff. It's what you want to see. It's what you want to focus on. If that chiropractor takes that x-ray that this man has, and he showed me the thing, and he's got fusion here and all this stuff, and left, right, that's nothing. It told me nothing, except he saw this x-ray and said, don't adjust, don't adjust, don't adjust, don't adjust. He did not take that x-ray and say, adjust right on that L3. He didn't do that. He said he saw completely different. And that's what all of these radiologists see when they look at x-rays. They look for pathologies. They look for broken bones. They don't look for interference. They don't look for life choked off. We can't see that, but we understand that on the x-ray, that we can see that subluxation, right? We know that nerve is affected. We know that part, that subluxation, that lumbar, that comes out, and that goes right to the body, into the colon. No wonder why you can't go to the bathroom, right? We match things together because we understand the nervous system, and we understand life, and we understand death. And it's not, and these people need to hear the truth about chiropractic. We can't water it down and only see them for 12 visits. I mean, that's ridiculous. We have a mission here, and we're playing soft in this world. You see everyone up here, and their practices are booming. They're growing. And you know why? Because they got a made-up mind. Their made-up mind is, I'm not going down no more. I got people to serve. This profession is worth serving, and no one's going to take it from us. All right? They're going to rename it and reclaim it, and that is not happening because this is what we know. And we got to be bold enough to walk away, to turn and say, you can have what you're creating. We got another path. We're praying for our profession. We're praying for what God wants us to do next. We're praying for the people to have miracles all the time. And we see them in our office. We just need everyone else to see it the way we see it. And if we could change the idea of what actually this profession is all about, then we can have it the way He saw it, the way He taught us to see it. And all the new people here, I hope you're getting this. I hope you're getting this because it only gets better from here, guys. It only gets better. And you want to walk with the winners. You don't want to go to the loser side, okay? You want to walk with the winners. You got to rewire your nervous system for change, for abundance, for knowing that what you have, people might laugh at, right? The way you think, oh, it's above, down, inside out. Oh, you think you could cure everything, okay? No, it's not that. They think it's something else. What you know is truth, okay? When you stand on the side of truth, you can't fail. Right? You're going to learn. You're going to train yourself so that you are sharp, that you know how to speak to somebody. When you walk on a plane and they're all wearing their things, oh man, what an opportunity. You know, so their necks don't flop or they're going to go to sleep. You say, oh wow, you're wearing one of those neck things. You must really care about your cervical spine. Do you get a chiropractor? Do you have a chiropractor? You get adjusted? And they're looking at you like you're crazy. Right? But no, you care about your neck. You understand what the neck does, the cervical spine, the brainstem sends life down. You have to have a curve. If you don't have a curve, it needs to look like a banana. Then your life is choked off and the brain can't send the messages the way it's supposed to, and it's like a detour for the rest of your life. So why not say something? You're all going to fly home. A lot of you are. Say something. It's a great opportunity to talk about chiropractic. Everyone got the neck pillow. Are they getting adjusted? I mean, that's not going to do anything, really, unless you move that bone. But we have a commitment. You create a commitment to yourself. Whatever you decide to do is going to happen. You have certainty. You rewire your brain. You say yes. Your discomfort and pain is an action step, right? That's how you have to see it. You have to flip it. You can't be stuck in pain. There is no pain. When you're in the promise and you're doing what you should be, then there's pleasure in that. Right? You're going to reap the benefits. And it might feel hard to do, but when you turn around and your life is amazing because you walked the line, because you said what you did what you said, and everyone's watching you. Your kids are watching you, your CA's watching you, your patients are watching you, your friends are watching you. When someone needs something, they call you. They call you because they know you're going to get stuff done. You're going to connect what needs to be connected so people's lives get turned on because they want you to be their chiropractor because they love you. They want you to take care of everyone else. So they're going to send you patients, but they're not unless you're centered, unless you know that you know that you know. And that's what we learn here. That's what we learn here. And we can't be wishy-washy. This needs to be like a kick in the butt because this is all we have. And it's simple. This is a book that I found when I was going through a few things from Bob Sottile, his box of greatness and amazing books. But this is a book that Dr. B.J. Palmer, this is a 4th edition from the same, they had an edition in March, a 2nd edition in April, a 3rd edition in May, and the 4th edition in November in 1944. He gave a lot of these books out. And these books were meant to be for all of his patients. And it says, when sick, it's as simple as that. When sick, study this presentation. When sick, suffering, or any member of your family is, or you know of some friends who is, and you need them to get well and enjoy living, you find in this book reasons how, why, and where. We suggest you study this book, sections at a time. It's a long for one read. And the part that I liked, because I think a lot of people are confused, well, of course, like, where's the page? Approach. Chiropractic is a name given to the study of the cause of dis-ease and its adjustment. It gives little value to dis-ease and its diagnostic names of objective or subjective symptoms or pathologies. Conditions are more vital than effects. Causes are more vital than our conditions. No matter what name, it has one cause and it has one condition and one cause, and it is as simple as that. We need to know what we do. We need to know the cause, okay? There's too many people that are chasing symptoms, and if there's something not right and they're not getting well, then you need to change your adjustment. You need to look at that better. It's not in a pill. It's not in a different thing. It's not in another person or doctor. It's in them, and it's your job to find, locate, and detect that subluxation and do your best job to remove that. And if you can't do that, then you bring that person to your friend who's an amazing chiropractor that you love and trust. Okay? You do whatever you can do. You do whatever you can do. I remember when my brother's son Danny, my nephew and my godson, I'm extremely proud of, he's kicking butt in practice, but when he was younger, he had Lyme's disease and he was in a wheelchair. And my brother brought him down here to Life, and he got checked by Roy Sweat, right? Yeah, and he got better. And we knew chiropractic was the answer. We just needed to find the right adjustment, right? The right intention, the right adjustment, it just clicks. It just clicks. Like that man, he's been adjusted over and over again. And I was happy to adjust him. And as soon as I did, he got up and it was different. You know, it's different. So you have to have that belief to know. My sister was in Italy about a week ago. And she was having symptoms of jaw pain, arm pain, and you know, those things happen, you get concerned. So she's an operating room nurse and loves chiropractic, understands it, thank God. I mean, when I was little, all my brother and sister did was fight because he was the chiropractor, she's the nurse. All this was happening at the house, and I wanted to be like both of them. Thank God I picked the right one. But my sister, she turned the corner, and she's an amazing principled nurse that you would love to have if you were in an operating room. So she decided she was not going to go to the emergency room in Italy, that she was going to fly over 10 hours, come to the United States with her symptoms and her concerns, and she was going to go to the hospital that she worked at, and she loved and trusted them. And they knew everything about her. So she gets off we're all praying as she makes it home, right? She's on this plane with all these symptoms. She's got her emergency number on her, God forbid something happens. Like, she's afraid. So she gets home. I meet her at the airport with my nephew so that he could take her to the hospital, but I could adjust her before she went. So I checked her, adjusted her, cleared her, and then she went on her way to the hospital. And the whole day we're wondering what's going on. We're waiting, and we get this message, and it says, everything's fine. My enzymes are fine. My blood work is great. I didn't have a heart attack. They don't know what's wrong with me. And the doctor said that he thinks it's in my neck. Now, you're like, if I wasn't a chiropractor, I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with them, right? Like, I would say, why would you say that it was in her neck? I don't know this doctor, but I believe he probably has a chiropractor, right? I mean, he knows the cause. He knows the cause. The cause is in her neck. Even though she may need emergency medical intervention at this time, she doesn't need it. There's no evidence that she needs that. What she actually needs is an adjustment. And maybe the trip between the airport and the hospital made a big difference, but she's okay. Like, she's okay. And just the fact that it was acknowledged makes me a little happy and giggly inside, doesn't it? Yeah, because we know the cause. We always know the cause. And they're going to catch on, and they're going to try to claim this thing that we know to be the most sacred thing in the world. BJ said, in 1895, an incident of worldwide historical human value took place. That's when Harvey got adjusted. So you are incredible. God said, I knew you. Do you know you? You have to know you. Because what's in you is incredible. And the ripple effects of your life, when you can stand on that line and walk it straight, because you know that you know that you know, is going to give you more freedom than anything else. And you know what surprises me? As soon as I got here this weekend, the first thing I did was go buy the Freedom shirt that Judson made, the Wake Up Human Freedom shirt. I am surprised that there's still shirts out there. Because freedom is what we care for. Freedom is what we do. To free people up, to free yourself up. We come here to be free. Freedom is a word that we need to hold high on our own values. This world needs freedom. It needs leaders, and it needs people like us to shake the tree. Okay? So don't be lazy. A man died for love, right? Jesus got nailed to the cross for our freedom. Okay? People today are defending our country and doing everything possible for truth and freedom. That is what we're doing. And when it comes to you, you better not back down. You better stand tall and claim the role that you have, which is the most incredible role that you were picked at this time. This time, you were picked. So don't disappoint your purpose and everything you've worked for, because you have an opportunity to change your entire life by changing your thinking and saying, I'm not going down no more. I am the authority of my life, and I am going to influence my practice and my community. Make your life solid, pure, and on purpose. I love you so much.